I don't understand, given all the money that Meadowlark Media spends on a variety of different things, why it is that both Roy and Greg Cote cannot have microphones in the eating area. But I am told that we are going now to Greg Cote and Roy, and that Greg Cote is going to be the one responsible for putting the microphone in Roy's face when it's Roy's turn to talk. So can you do that now, Greg? I have some questions for Roy. I've not been able to interview him, and we have no proof. No proof, no visual proof anywhere that he has a turkey, that he cooked a turkey, that a turkey was taken out of an oven. We put a lot of video cameras around him so we could get video proof of Roy has done something. But now I am told that he has in front of him what is perhaps a ham. I'm hoping, like Billy is, that it's a ham. Roy, where are you in the proceedings? How confident are you you're about to beat Greg Cote? Because we saw what Greg Cote did, and it's going to be hard to beat.
I am now officially up to 85% on my success feeling right now. I really want to open this thing up and carve it because it's done resting.
All right, go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead and start doing that. Do you have the utensils necessary? Can we see the bird? We don't have proof you cooked that and you didn't just pick it up somewhere. Like we don't.
Whoa, no electric knife for Roy.
Those are good utensils. You're feeling good about your ability to beat him? Let's see how brown your turkey is, because his turkey was pretty damn good. Oh, that's
Roy,
pretty good, too.
That is a nice-looking turkey.
Yeah,
Yes.
that looks pretty good, too.
Amazing.
Oh, wow, from Greg. The first concession we've heard so far that Greg might be a little bit scared. How are you feeling, Greg, about what Roy's put together there?
I'm feeling confident, but when Roy described what he was making, it sounded great, and visually it's stunning. It's astounding to the eye.
Can we see yours as well, just to see who is winning visually? Can you take yours apart, because yours looked great coming out of the fryer. But man, I'm telling you, Roy's looks better. Yours looks shriveled up.
Yes.
Yours looks a little dry, I gotta say.
Oh, wow.
You know what? The first time I made a deep-fried Cajun bird, it looked dry. And I also thought because of the cooking process that it would be oily, but it's neither. If cooked properly, it's not dry in the least, and it's not oily. It's just nothing but delicious.
Well, this is all important data for us as judges. Can I get a different angle, not unlike the Eagles-Seahawks interception to end the game? I'm going to need to see that different angle right there.
Roy's looks better.
The Cajun bird does look a lot better, though, from that angle.
I think my dad's look
you
better.
have to keep in mind, this is a Cajun bird, so it's supposed to look a little bit drier.
And it's supposed to look fried because he fried it. So that's a big difference.
Store-bought.
Yes. Yeah.
You guys think that the fried bird looks visually better
do.
than
I'm like 20% sure Roy's is actually a cake.
Roy, can you go ahead and start
Gotta
cutting?
spread that seasoning out a little more, Roy.
Go ahead and start your cutting. And when are we gonna? My mouth is watering. When are we gonna do some of this tasting here? Because Roy has said he's now 85% confident. Roy, it came out the way that you wanted it to. Like, now that you're cutting it, everything feels
Mike him, Dad.
the way that it should. Greg, hold the microphone in front of his mouth. Thank you.
I feel like it's a bit over on the temperature, but better over than under, because I'm definitely not going to serve this thing undercooked.
Damn,
Wow,
it does
that is
look
a
good.
damn good
So
cut.
good, Roy.
It is not a cake. It is indeed a turkey. That is a good cut.
Looks really juicy. It looks great.
For the moment, Greg, can you cut an initial cut so we can judge these birds based off of the first cut?
Yeah, normally Christopher does my cutting, but I'm willing to try this.
All right.
Someone want to come in between them and hold a mic?
Go ahead. You go do it. You go do it. And you also bring back a couple of pieces here so that I can taste them. And
In the name of data.
and I can. I'm just all I'm doing there is making sure that we get results that are tasty and accurate. I will give you an initial vote.
Very nice of you. Yeah.
Which do you
Really
have a
taking
prediction
one for
here,
the team, Dan.
Stugotz? Do you have a prediction on what you think is going to happen here? Like which one's going to be better? Because if you just tell me fried turkey, almost always I'm going to say anything fried is going to be better.
I've had fried turkey. I have it every single year, and so I know what it tastes like. If Greg did it correctly, I believe his will taste better than Roy's, but Roy's looks fantastic. It really does.
Oh, a disaster when it comes to plating the first cut.
I feel like Dan needs to be blind blindfolded when tasting these, so he doesn't have any bias whatsoever. Because if he looks at the outside, he'll know which is which. So I think we should put both on a plate. And if you want, you could close your eyes, so we don't have to figure out a blindfold situation.
And you're going to need a palate cleanser as well in between bites.
Okay, I will not look. I will do what we're doing now with my eyes closed, but that means that I will need you guys to guide me over the last 6 minutes
Stugotz
of
can
this
feed
segment.
you.
Yeah, we're going to get you some coffee grounds in between turkeys so you can have a fully cleansed palate.
You had the turkey, and Chris just walked away with it, which is not great.
You could open your eyes again.
Yeah, open your
I love
eyes.
the sound of the power saw going
Yes,
off in the
it
background.
does sound like Greg Cote has a buzzsaw of some sort, whereas Roy just went with a primitive utensil.
Is this performance enhancing? We didn't say that like an electric saw was okay, but we didn't say it was banned.
I need a knife. Otherwise, it's my fingers. So I need a knife.
And then it becomes sausage and turkey becomes the meal when you talk about sausage link fingers, all of which are the same size.
Yeah. All right, Lewis has brought in the coffee grounds for your in-between bite.
Okay.
Now Chris needs to bring you the turkey.
No, I have the turkey.
You have the
is here.
turkey?
Yes.
You have both
Turkey's here.
birds?
I have both.
All right,
yes.
you hand feed, just to make sure Dan's not looking, you hand feed Dan the first turkey.
Okay.
My eyes are closed.
Here's the first
You're
turkey,
gonna have
Dan.
to record which one this is.
It's coming closer to your mouth as we speak. Let me move my mic a
Stu,
little
do you
bit.
know which bird that is? Don't say
I
over
know
the
which
air.
I know which bird this is. Yes.
All right,
I think.
here you go.
I don't.
Taste that turk off.
Tasty, not terribly juicy. Doesn't seem like it's the fried one.
No way to know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel
Keep
like
your
there
eyes
is
closed.
there is a
Yeah.
way to know.
Well,
I feel
bring
like.
it-
Taste test.
Bring it back around the circle, turk.
Yep. You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Roy's
Turkey
eating
number
some
2.
turkey.
You know,
That's better.
Oh wow.
The second one's better.
That was Greg's turkey.
Wow. Just one vote, though.
That's just my vote. Yes.
We're going to have to circle turk this later on, though.
It is delicious, though. And now you're going to.
Did he have the coffee grounds in between?
I did not.
Oh,
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
do it all
We gotta
over.
do it again?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why we
Yeah,
did
you have
that.
to eat more turkey.
Because you may be attributing parts of the first bird to that flavor profile.
The first one didn't have the flavor. It didn't. There was an explosion of flavor in the second one.
Maybe it's just a composite of both.
I just used the same fork as you did. Are you okay? Or- I'm just making sure. You sick? You feeling like, flu coming on or anything?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm
going
not.
for
I
it.
didn't do a COVID test this morning. But you guys are watching what you're eating. You guys are looking at exactly what it is.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
taking.
We're going to be honest now. We were watching what you were eating. I just wanted to do the blind taste test because it was a funny visual.
Is it totally disgusting to make a bunch of chewing sounds in a large? I mean, we got 2 million plus downloads a week, and now we're just chewing on air.
I'm having Roy's bird right now. That is a juicy bird.
I got to tell you, they're both delicious. They really are.
That's true.
Yes.
But I thought Roy's was a little bit plainer than the second one. The second one really had a burst of flavor, but I may be contaminating the jury pool right here. Are we going to go around the room and vote? Because this is a big deal. If it's going to be 6 of us, and we need 4 people to break a tie at
Right,
least.
yes.
So
I'm still data collecting right now. I've had one bird going in for my second. This is Greg's Cajun fried bird.
how do you feel about the one you already had, the Roy?
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
Different, yeah.
Definitely taste the flavor in Roy's, though. It is good.
No, Roy's is delicious, no doubt. Yeah.
I like both of these. Mm-hmm. It's going to be tough. I'm going to have to keep eating some.
Pick a side.
All right, so Lucy, are you ready? Do you feel like you've got greasy fingers? You are in the proper mode to be a Turk-off voter?
I think I like Roy's better.
Woo!
I'm voting for my dad. I'm
got-
sorry, Roy. Like, I wanted to kind of like zag here because I know you think I'm going to go with my dad. So juicy. I go with my dad.
I still don't know.
Billy, are you ready to vote
Is that a
here?
little bit of fish?
Why would there be
Getting
fish
like a
in there?
That was the
hint
parking garage.
Fish.
Getting a little hint of fish.
taste
Greg's
a,
feet.
I taste a little foot in mine. Yes.
Salmonella's back on the table.
Billy, who are you voting for? Because we've got a 2-1 so far in favor of one Greg Cote.
I think I like Roy's better. They're both really good, but I think I like Roy's.
Stugotz, I'm not going to let you cast the deciding vote because you will foul everything up. So go ahead
What
and
do you mean?
you will be the
I'm a
fifth
foul.
voter.
It's very funny.
Go
foul.
ahead and pick which turkey you believe to be best.
I got to tell you, I'm impressed with both. They both taste great. Roy did a nice job, but Greg's is just better. I am voting Greg Cote.
Okay, so Mike Ryan is the deciding vote, and this is very dramatic because if he selects Greg, do you need any more testing? Do you need any more data? If
Who's
he-
our seventh?
Yeah, I'm
if he
gonna,
says Roy.
I'm gonna have one more of Greg's.
It's
because-
Cougs.
Okay, we will go to the other room. Get Cougs in there between Greg and Roy. Get Cougs in there to see if we have to cast the deciding vote. Because Mike Ryan is now eating a brontosaurus turkey leg the way Fred Flintstone would. That is obviously a Greg Cote production there, right? That's the fried one.
That's straight from Epcot. I mean, it's good.
It's a good turkey,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna have to go with Roy's.
Woo! We've got a tie that is going to be decided by Cougs next. It's hard to explain to people back when we were in the last days of the Clevelander and they were tearing up plumbing and piping to build us a kitchen before we came to these studios because we never had an eating area before. The new Meadowlark employees who watched during the breaks when our crew would come out to eat with a kitchen for the first time because they didn't have a kitchen for 8 years. It was as if Wolverines were ransacking an area when the fridge got open. This was not the behavior of human beings. It was not the behavior of trained children. It was wild animals descending on the kitchen. And I was reminded of it moments ago because people were stacked on top of each other complimenting Roy for how good his turkey is. Evidently, they expected the fried turkey to be good already, but everyone virtually insulted Roy by telling him again and again in a really sincere, heartfelt way you don't hear around here very often because the compliments are pretty begrudging around here. People were stunned that Roy produced such a good turkey.
Imagine he had the turkey he wanted. I mean, his turkey. You know, the go-to turkey. I mean,
Wow,
Right.
I hadn't
correct.
even considered that
Right.
because I'm ready to make this proclamation. Roy's turkey is the best turkey I've ever had in my entire life. It was great.
Greg Cote said it's the best oven roasted turkey he's ever seen. It was a begrudging compliment. Greg did not. Greg's here to win. Greg was
Yes.
not here to tie. Greg was not here to be rivaled in the turk-off.
he did say it. I witnessed it. It's the kind of thing you say, though, Dan, when you know your turkey tastes better. I mean,
Well, you think it's false flattery. I do not. Greg Cote wanted to whoop that ass, and he did not. It's very close. It's 3-3, and so we've brought in the producer of South Beach Sessions.
Keep in mind that this whole turk-off started when everyone just assumed Greg had the best turkey and Roy was a lone dissenting voice. And I got to tell you, that confidence was warranted.
Everyone here agrees there is not a dissenter that Roy's turkey is great. But we've got a tie right now, and it is being settled by the producer, the soft-spoken producer of South Beach Sessions.
that's what he does, huh?
Juice and the levels way up here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get the microphone to be quite loud. Kugler, where are you in the proceedings? How are you feeling about everything? Which is the first turkey that you're going to have?
I'm gonna try
He's
Roy's.
talking.
All right, go ahead and try Roy's. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see. Here is it's Kugler is quite the deadpan artist.
Very deliberate chew there.
Yeah.
He's generally deliberate.
Nodding
He's
his
nodding.
head. Yep. in
Not
approval.
great.
Is this a second bite of the first turkey?
Going in for a second bite.
Is this the second bite? What are you doing,
Pretty
Kugler?
good.
Okay, pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
Pretty good.
All right, let's see what we've got here.
Is this the same turkey or bite number 2?
This is big right here. Hold on a second.
hold on.
This is
That's still
dramatic.
Roy's.
Still Roy's. Okay.
All right.
Get to Greg's.
Yeah, get to the other one. This is
Greg.
lunch.
It's very dramatic.
He didn't cleanse his palate.
All right.
Greg Cote continues to shovel
Oh,
stuff
they-
into his
Wow.
Kugler made a face.
What does that face
Not
mean?
a great face.
Is
Looks
it,
like he
No,
smelled
not
a
a great
fart.
face.
is
yeah.
it dry? What? Oh, he's going to have a little
didn't
extra
cleanse,
here.
though.
Okay, this
Mm.
is hold on. This is very dramatic. Let's see what Kugler. The next word out of your mouth is the winner. You say one name and only one name.
Seems easy.
Give us the winner.
I'm gonna have to give it to Roy.
Wow. Upset. Unbelievable.
Oh my God!
Stunning upset.
Oh my God!
You are dead to Greg Cody, Coons.
Oh!
Good turkey. Damn good turkey, Roy.
Wow.
Holy
A
shit!
huge underdog.
Roy,
Oh
great
my
job.
Stunning
Roy.
upset.
Yes.
Captain Turk.
Yeah.
I mean,
Way to go! And in honor of Roy, the champion, imagine what he would have done with his own bird.
That's what I'm
Imagine
saying.
what he would have done if he had had more time than a single week.
I don't think my palate could have taken him having, say, 8 days to prepare.
He's like Andy Reid after a bye.
That's a huge upset. That's a huge road win. Like that was that no one expected that. Such a built-in advantage to be the fried turkey in that situation. In honor of Roy's victory, Stugotz is now going to give you the top 5 athletes ever who connote turkey. Are you ready, Stugotz?
I am ready, Dan.
Any outside looking in, or are we just starting with number 5?
I have 5, Dan.
Number 5.
Irving Fryer.
Number 4.
Jimmy Gobble.
Number 3.
Turk Wendell. Love that guy. You love that guy. Who doesn't love that guy?
Look up his superstitions, Chris Cote. I believe he brushed his teeth in the dugout between innings and couldn't stop eating licorice. Number 2.
Jalen Waddle.
Because of turkey waddles.
Yep.
Number 1.
Tim McCarver.
I want to get to the football story of the day. Are you ready to get to the football story of the day? We have spent 2 hours on turkey.
You nailed it. He jumped over the foul line. He brushed his teeth in between innings. He slammed the rosin bag on the mound before facing batters, and he chewed black licorice.
So he jumped over the line. Makes me think of a video I saw of in-game entertainment that I would like the video staff to get me quickly, which is a dog jumping rope, double dutch. That is not something that I have seen before. I did not know that dogs could be trained to do such a thing, but in a Pacers game yesterday, and incidentally, when I speak of the Pacers, the Clippers look really good and James Harden looks really good. Kawhi Leonard looks relieved to have someone else doing the usage rate stuff.
I have a bold NBA statement to make. The Clippers are going to win the NBA championship. How about that?
It took them a brief second, but they do look damn good.
Yes.
I mean, James Harden looks special, and
But they are counting on 3 guys that always get hurt.
and Kawhi Leonard looks happy to have James Harden around. And you say they are counting on 3 guys who are hurt, but when they only have 2 of them, they're still pretty good because those 2 are really good. I thought it was going to be hard for all 3 of them to get theirs, but it has not been. And they figured now the Pacers play a pace that is perfect for the Clippers, but they've won 8 straight.
If this dog wants to impress me, jump rope by yourself.
Well, it's jumping rope with 2 other dogs. How do you just want the dog to be able to jump rope the way humans do, even though they don't have arms that work that way?
This thing's just looking at a treat.
It is double Dutch jumping, though, there. It is doing that successfully.
There's other dogs holding the other end of the rope also.
Not impressed.
You're not impressed? Okay. You're hard to impress.
What impresses you? Like, what do you do that's so impressive?
Roy's turkey. Roy's turkey impressed him.
You're not impressed by this video? This video is rad. The dogs holding the ropes are the real stars because they're turning their heads as it's going on. Nothing.
This dog, for the audio audience, is jumping 30 times over double Dutch ropes being held by 2 other dogs. It's impressive that dogs have been trained that way. Chris Cote, hard to impress. You can see why. When he comes from such a long lineage of distinguished father, it would be hard to reach the standard of where it is his dad places excellence.
How upset is Greg Cote right now? I mean, seriously.
Well, let's get him in here because he's been out of the show and we haven't had enough Greg Cote today, and I want to get him in on this football discussion, but he's too busy eating, Chris Cote has just told me. He's got to be despondent. He didn't think that anyone's turkey was better than his turkey, and that's an enormous upset. I did not have that happening, but I wanted to talk about Tom Brady's tweet and the suspension for the rest of the year, Stugotz, of DeMonte Casey. Because Tom Brady writes, nobody likes seeing players get hurt, but hard hits happen. QBs should not be throwing the ball in areas where they are exposing their own teammates to these types of hits. Coaches need to coach better. Quarterbacks need to read coverages and throw the ball to the right places. and defenders should aim for the right hitting areas. To put the blame on the defensive player all the time is just flat out wrong. Need better quarterback play. It's not okay, quarterbacks, to get your wide receivers hits because of your bad decisions. I believe last night's game, Stugotz, while a bit of a surprise, and it produced a nice Drew Lock moment for us, emotional moment.
Yes.
Last night's game feels to me like where we are on NFL standards right now, and it's why Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady say it's a mediocre product. 2017 is about what I'm expecting from just about every game. That's where I am right now toward the end of the season. Broken parts, backup quarterbacks. I'm not going to get a lot better than 20-17 on average on what I'm expecting. But this particular hit, Stugotz, at any point in my lifetime before recently, has been a wonderful football hit. And
yes.
I am now at the point where they have changed the way that I view football, where anytime I feel, ouch, that seems too violent, I'm now expecting a flag. I'm expecting a flag for what just used to be football. And this was to suspend someone for 3 games.
And the playoffs, Dan, if they make it. I mean.
I understand it. It's where we are with the new rules. Even Tomlin's like, yeah, I get it, but I don't understand how you can play defense well in that sport if you have to start governing that stuff because you're worried about losing several weeks of paycheck for making a decision in a split second that at any other time in the pipeline living football, that's the hit you want to make in that situation because the wide receiver is exposed and you don't want him to have the football.
It's interesting because I know the NFL wants to clean up the sport, and they should clean up the sport the best they can, but their sport is a violent sport by nature. There's a lot of violence in that sport, and there's a lot of world-class athletes, as you pointed out, Dan, moving at speeds and body angles where I don't know what you're supposed to do in that spot if you're a defensive back. I saw the hit. I saw it live. I said to myself, ooh, that doesn't look good. You want to suspend him for a game to make a point? That's fine. But to suspend him for the entire season?
No, but it's not the first time. Like, it's not
Dan, I know.
Body of work. Well, but it matters, Stugotz. It matters. If you're a serial offender, the only way to stop the serial offense is to make the new rules happen to him. Like, it's the only way to actually change this, and I'm not sure you can change it anyway.
But I like where Tom Brady is coming from, where he says there's more than one person in this equation. There's the coach, there's the quarterback, and I'm here for that. Like, Tom Brady blasting quarterbacks is a lot of fun, because if they question Tom Brady, he holds up 6 rings. I mean, what are you going to do?
His words in that tweet carries a lot of weight. Also, Tom Brady made a living throwing to Wes Welker in dangerous positions. Wes Welker got lit up plenty of times. Unfortunately, it's a sport with a lot of variables going over there, and sometimes you're not really realizing when you're releasing the ball that place is dangerous, but it's on a football field. Every place is dangerous.
But it seems like Brady is saying, hey, the quarterback's at fault too, which I love.
I understand.
So I would love if if Brady can influence a new rule where the quarterback gets the penalty for putting his wide receiver in a compromising position, that would be awesome.
Brady's unique for several reasons in that he played in an era that predated them adopting rules to protect him, and he excelled in both. So when he, who was there for the sea change and how the game was called, weighs in on this, you should always respect it.
It's a no-win situation for the NFL because there continues to be too many concussions.
Hold on a second. It's a no-win situation for the NFL is what you were saying,
because
without realizing that your microphone wasn't working.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought someone else controlled my microphone.
Someone else does. It's okay.
But you can hear whether it's working or not.
I did, yeah.
It wasn't working.
Right.
You kept going. It's okay.
$5.
Because
it's a no-win situation.
This is a new and unimproved Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz. Gamble on by DraftKings.
Greg Cote is now officially mad at us.
Yeah. It didn't feel right to him. I got to be.
Because he got his ass kicked.
I can't even look at him.
He is not in a good mood right now, and he is snipping at me in the break because we've cut him off a lot today. I mean, he knows where the clocks are, and they're in the same place every time, but I am being blamed for his microphone not being, well, he's just very distrustful right now. He's just saying, was all of that me being set up to perfectly comedically clip me with 1 second left? And I'm like, no, it was just general incompetence until we got to you're close to the time limit. But we brought you in here to find out what is the real reason for your rage, which is you've lost the turk off. You didn't think that was possible. You didn't think there was a circumstance under which you were losing that, correct?
No, that's not true. When I talked to Roy beforehand about what had gone into his turkey, the ingredients he used, the manner in which he used them, it sounded wonderful, and it tasted just as good. Honestly, I think it was a just decision. I'm glad it was close, but Roy's bird was the best I have ever tasted coming out of an oven. It was super juicy. You know, no turkey's perfect, but it was excellent.
What was wrong with his turkey?
You know, if I had to critique it, I would say it was a little bit on the salty side. Nevertheless, it was excellent. I probably ate more of Roy's turkey than I ate of my own.
The turkey was salty.
You do
huh?
love salt.
I do. I really do.
It's not the turkey that's salty. It's you right now.
Okay, well, I would have voted for Roy's turkey.
Whoa.
I would have. I thought
That's a lie.
Classy in defeat.
Really
classy.
classy.
Well,
It's
I
upset.
think it's the fact that Roy has, like, yours is a cheat code. Like, dipping it in oil is kind of just like, it's hard to screw that up. Where Roy in an oven, that is, most people agree, it's hard to get that great. It's usually just fine, and Roy's was great.
there was more that went into Roy's. It not only does it take much longer in an oven, but he put so many ingredients into his. All I do is dry rub mine and let the oil do the rest. Having said that, it was a big challenge to cook my bird perfectly because of the oil temperature situation. We had to bring it down. Then we had to keep controlling the amount of flame to keep it in the green zone. So it was a challenge.
Excuses.
And I thought it turned out very well, but Roy's was
This
exceptionally
feels like a
good.
post-game presser.
Dan, before the
Questions?
Before the show, I learned from Greg that he's the only one that knows what's in his dry rub. He hasn't trusted anyone in his family with that. And then I asked him, when you go, are you going to leave that to someone? And he said, no, I'm taking it with me. He's
right.
not going to tell anyone
It dies
what's
with
in his
him.
dry rub.
Yeah.
You should leave Roy's recipe with Chris.
Actually, Roy was kind enough to share his recipe with me.
Huh.
And I will try to replicate Roy's recipe because it was by far the best oven. Part of the reason I started cooking a deep-fried Cajun bird is that I was never satisfied with oven turkey. I thought it was very pedestrian.
Until now.
Until now.
Yeah.
It's like
Because
Stephen Bonner versus Forrest Griffin. They were just becoming the best of friends after going through that combat.
Roy makes an effort to get the taste he got there. I mean, I want to see the list of all his ingredients because that's a lot that goes into his turkey.
He's also, like, injecting flavor, right?
Yeah,
That's
he
true,
injects, which I've never been an injector, but now I gotta rethink that.
Feels
as
like
well.
cheating, right? I mean, I love it.
You know,
Steroids? feels like
Well,
enhancement.
Roy earned the victory.
Mike Ryan made the analogy of fighters becoming friends for going through the fire. I was thinking more, I believe it was Christy Brinkley got into a helicopter crash with someone and then married him 7 days later. I believe there's some trauma bonding that goes on.
I was thinking Rocky and Apollo.
I believe that Roy and
It's like the Good Morning America anchors that started dating. The rumors are circulating that their ex-lovers have found each other through this.
Roy and Greg have been through the fire. Roy, I don't think you've had a better victory around here than this one. I believe this is your proudest day in nearly 20 years around this show, where you raised the expectations to an unreasonable place.
Started terribly.
And yeah, it couldn't have been worse. Like the way we got there could not have gone worse.
He only had a week.
The live line was Roy plus 1,300 at that point.
It really dropped because
Win probability memes.
we've been here for 2.5 hours, and somehow, even though we are now also a video company, there's no proof that Emeril Lagasse didn't make that turkey and bring it to Roy. Like, we don't have video accompaniment that shows that Roy didn't cheat. There is the possibility that
Wow.
Was it Rosie Ruiz who took the subway for 19 of the miles to win the Boston Marathon?
That's
Like,
a heady
amazing.
play, man.
Wow.
but Roy, is this your proudest day?
I am. I'm really surprised that everybody thought that this was going to suck, but
Not suck, but
But pale in
so
comparison.
Beat Greg? Beat a fried turkey? No, I don't think anyone thought it was going to suck. We just didn't think Greg would be conceding. Look, if anyone in
That's
our audience
crazy.
had sportsmen like Greg saying, "I didn't lose," he is still chasing after Jessica. You didn't carve a better pumpkin than me.
That's true. No,
that's true. Yeah, that's right.
She used a stencil. Not that I still harbor,
No.
regret
For
about
all the
that, but-
details, right?
Yeah. stencil.
I've
please.
never heard my dad admit defeat the
I
way he
know,
just did.
or that he's wrong about
Yeah.
anything. Like this, I don't believe you understand what a compliment it is for this man to not only lose gracefully, but say it's the best turkey he's ever tasted coming out of an oven. It's like
is.
he can't give a better compliment than that.
No, it is. Other than being a little salty for my palate, it
Well-
was almost perfect.
He's actually right because it was brined already, and then I brined it again, so that's what all the salt came from.
Wow.
You double brined.
double
Nevertheless,
grind.
the flavor was divine, and I tell the truth at all times. If I thought my turkey was better, I would be the first one to say it and shout it from the rooftop. Roy made an excellent turkey. It was juicy. The injector really did its thing. It was just great on every level.
steroids
other than
helped?
The saltiness, but that's fine too. This
HGH.
You know what? I've never been a guy who
TGH.
injects,
Right.
so I'm not privy to exactly what that does other than add juiciness, but the flavor it adds as well was just great.
How do you feel about Cougs? I mean,
If I'm being a little bit critical, I don't believe he took the skin. To appreciate a deep fried Cajun bird, you have to eat it with skin.
Agreed.
Because the meat itself,
An hour after it comes out.
the meat itself is flavorful, but not flavorful enough to compete with that. But when you add the unique flavor of the skin of a Cajun bird deep fried, that's when you get the full package. And I'm not sure if Kugler tasted the skin.
This is a terrific breakdown. Honestly, I'm learning so much.
great.
I am told that Lewis is about to find for us video proof that Roy did indeed cook that turkey, a proof that we don't have in 2.5 hours of videoing him.
Yeah, I did see a Boston Market receipt drop out of his pocket.
What? Really?
I'm just saying.
And
no,
you
I'm
haven't
just
tasted
kidding.
that good?
I'm just kidding, Roy.
But while they get us that video, and we will wait for it, go ahead and make the point you were going to make that pissed you off, that we cut you off on.
What,
Just
you're
while
go-
that
you're gonna
video
cut me off again.
No, the video.
No. We
the
do
vi-
have the video ready of Roy.
Does
going
it
through
have
the
audio,
process.
or is
Yes.
it just B-roll?
It has
All
audio.
right, let's go ahead and listen to that and watch that now of Roy actually doing this and getting the proof we need here.
All right, I'm here for the big turk-off, the turkey cook-off between me and Greg Cote. I've been up since 3 a.m. prepping this turkey right here. And actually, it's been 3 days worth of prepping. I brined the turkey already, as you can see. This morning, I put the herb butter on top of it. I also injected it with my marinade. And now, as you can see, fresh fruit. Got the garlic, got some shallots there and some fresh herbs that I'm gonna fill the cavity of the turkey with, and then it's going in the oven. 350 for about 3 hours. So we'll see who the winner's gonna be.
The customary broadcasting energy that Roy brings to all the proceedings.
I
actually a lot,
I
yeah.
actually have more doubts that he cooked this turkey.
Simply
now.
bored by the turkey.
I'm with Mike on this.
I actually, the whole time, thought he cooked the turkey until now.
I want to apologize to Roy. I feel like I owe him an apology. It appears to be a turkey that tastes like it takes about a week to prepare. Like it was not a quick thing.
Why did you act like you didn't prepare though? You just said in that clip that you had you were doing this for 3 days, and then we got you on. You're like, I don't know any of this.
The bird quality?
The bird quality, yes.
Not a perfect bird.
BQ.
He's very precise about his poultry.
Kugler, do you understand what it's like to finish in first place around here in lack of broadcasting energy? I salute you, Kugler, for being able to have supplanted Roy in this regard. But, Greg, please give me your thoughts on what we were talking about, which is it's really hard to play football and defense in that league. When you're moving at a high rate of speed, it's hard to cover these people, and you've got to hit them and get them down, but not too hard, or you're going to lose the rest of your season and a lot of money.
You stopped that because.
Well, that's why I say it's a no-win situation for the NFL. They can't do the right thing here because if they let it go, and if we have, and the flags are killing it. Anytime there's a big play in the NFL, I hold my breath expecting a flag. It's terrible for the game. But if they don't call all these flags, you see a third of the starting quarterbacks in the league out for at least 2 games this season. You see too many concussions are still happening, including at the quarterback position. So they have to literally err on the side of cautions, which is what they're doing. Too many penalties. You know, they're coddling the quarterbacks, but they have no choice but to do that.
It can't actually be changed, correct? It's not. You can penalize it as much as you want, make as many examples and symbols of everybody.
It's still going to happen.
But I'm just saying it cannot be eliminated or lessened, correct?
I think it can be because you see it sometimes on a sack where, one of the rules is you can't fall on a quarterback with your full weight. You have to go off to the side or something. And time after time, I see big defensive tackles doing exactly that.
That's correct. I'm saying this one, though. I'm not saying you're right. They have been able, and it doesn't keep the quarterbacks any healthier,
Right.
but you do see defenders letting go of quarterbacks who continue the play because they're afraid to hit them.
But Dan, you're talking about bang bang plays, right? Like that's different.
I'm talking about this
Yes,
one. I'm
right.
talking about how Kazee ends up not playing any more games this season because of a decision that was made in a fraction of a second at a high rate of speed. Was it Pittman that he hit?
Yes,
It was just a totally exposed receiver, which is something that cornerbacks have always dreamed of. They dream of that hit, and I don't know, while wanting the game to be safer, I don't know how future generations prevent that hit unless you change the rules even more. That you just simply never allow that hit under any circumstances, or the ability for someone like me to explain it away as how are you supposed to do that in a fraction of a second?
Or make the penalties harsher, I guess. I mean, he's
But
out
this
for
is
the
pretty
season.
harsh.
I know.
But it's harsh because he's a previous offender.
This is the new and unimproved Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz. Gamble on by DraftKings.